Yoga can be for everybody and everybody. Hey guys, I'm Jeffrey, physical therapist, and welcome back to my channel. I recently took this course called Adaptive Yoga, and I really enjoyed it. I learned how yoga can be a great tool for people I treat, including people with back pain, arthritis, spinal cord injury, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, Parkinson's, stroke, and people with limb loss. My experience with yoga was minimal before taking this course. I've done it a couple times, and I've always thought that yoga was just for stretching or flexibility, but I was definitely wrong. There are many physical and mental benefits to yoga, including reducing stress and anxiety. Yoga can be for everybody and everybody. I will start by introducing foundational poses, and then go over how each diagnosis can benefit from them. And quick disclaimer, the following content is not medical advice. Most of the poses will have both strengthening and stretching of different muscle groups. Props like yoga blocks, chairs, foam rollers can be used to modify certain activities or certain exercises. Yoga may help people with low back pain. Back pain is super common, as most people experience back pain at some point in their life. Pain is oftentimes multifactorial, meaning it's caused by many different factors. Usually it's not one exercise or one treatment that will fix it right away. Yoga can be a great tool to introduce movements to your spine, as your spine is strong and robust. Here are some poses and exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with hip and knee osteoarthritis. OA is also very common. Hip strengthening is especially important for both hip and knee OA. Targeted exercises and strengthening is safe and can delay or even prevent the need for surgeries. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with rheumatoid arthritis. With RA, usually the joints are stiffer in the mornings. Putting weight through the hands may be difficult for people with RA, as RA commonly affects the wrist and finger joints. So just keep that in mind. Move within your tolerable ranges, as some end ranges may be painful or difficult. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with amputation or limb loss. Strength and flexibility of the residual limb is so important for using a prosthesis to walk with a normal pattern. People with limb loss have to expend more energy to walk. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with spinal cord injuries. The function and presentation of someone with a spinal cord injury is largely dependent on the level and severity of the injury. The goal is to preserve and improve as much function as possible through keeping the joints mobile and muscles strong. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with Parkinson's. People with Parkinson's are usually stiff, rigid, have slowed, small movements, and experience falls due to instability. The focus for them should be moving big with all movements and integrating rotation and extension, spinal movements. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with stroke. Stroke often results in one-sided weakness, and the main goal is to address any deficits on that side. However, oftentimes the stronger side may need strengthening as well. Strengthening all muscle groups and working on balance is important. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with multiple sclerosis. Common symptoms of MS include fatigue, pain, balance deficits, weakness, and more. About half of people with MS experience depression, as mental health is a big part of quality of life. People with MS usually have heat intolerance, so hot yoga is usually not recommended. Here are some exercises to consider. Yoga may help people with cerebral palsy. CP is characterized by abnormalities of muscle tone, posture, and movement, and usually caused by abnormalities in development or damage to the brain, usually before, during, or shortly after birth. They also often have spasticity in their hip flexors and hamstrings, causing a crouched walk. Here are some exercises to consider. As you can tell, yoga really can be for everyone. Now, I'm not saying only do yoga for exercise, as yoga still has limitations in strength and cardiorespiratory benefits. However, as with any exercise, the benefits are relative to your current physical activity level. If you are very active and already have an established exercise routine, then yoga can be a great complement to any lacking components to that routine. If you are sedentary and don't exercise at all, then yoga may have greater benefits overall. For me, I do strength training 3 times a week, and I do cardio, some form of cardio 1 to 2 times a week. And now I've been incorporating yoga maybe 10-15 minutes before I sleep as a routine to help me relax. And I choose the poses that are beneficial for me. So for me, I have a hard time reaching up all the way up my back to scrub my back when I shower. I do sit for quite a bit, whether it's driving or documenting at work. So I like to get in positions into extension to stretch my abs, my hip flexors, and also my posterior chain, my glutes, my hamstrings, and my low back can be kind of tight. So I like to do poses for that. So my routine includes the downward dog, the locust pose, child's pose. I do the prone cobra, and each pose I hold for about 5 to 10 breaths, nice and slow, working on the breathing at the same time, and I do about maybe a couple times. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful, informative, hopefully learned something new. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and thank you guys for watching.